My computer. Okay, no, we're good. I thought my computer just blue screened it because my entire thing froze whenever I started. We're good. We're good.
No game. No game.
A recap of last time. Y'all sat for an entire day at RP, and then we fast
Let's
forwarded
go.
about 4 days to where you guys stumbled across the burning of Aletown, and
Yo.
the marionette soldiers were moving dead bodies, and one of them mouthed off to Farah and died a horrible death along with
One
5
of them
others.
mouthed off to Pharaoh, so she offed his mouth.
Yeah.
Did as she should. You know?
Rest
Fuck
in
around,
peace,
get
Don't
hurt.
do it twice. Rest
but
in
we,
piss.
But we come to as the battle has ended. The 5 soldiers who aided you in this fight are kind of just standing there, just like, they're at a loss for words.
They're just looking over to us. Just
Yeah, they're just kind of like, what do we do now? Our boss is dead.
I think by this point, Will
The
is of no
darkness.
help. Will is completely unresponsive, just laying in the mud, breathing heavily, looking up at the sky, just like a horror in his eyes.
Yeah, Feeble is Feeble I think is standing close to Farah, just looking at like kind of, if she would allow it, would be kind of trying to take care of her in like a mom way of just looking at his pack, trying to find something to help.
Farah has been
Well,
healed.
Is
The
it
bolt-
does it oh,
the
okay.
bolt was removed, and
Okay.
yeah.
So she feels okay? No like aches or anything, really?
Well, I mean, she was shot in the chest with a crossbow bolt, but she was healed.
Feeble's still going to dote over her.
I don't think Farah would quite comprehend what's going on, and she wouldn't stop him, not because she likes it, but because she's like, what the fuck, dog?
He goes into full mama mode. I was just like, cause he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't really know, so he's just like, and he pulls out like a rag or something. I assume it's not even like bleeding or anything. Still, he's just like,
No, she looks completely fine. She has it in her hand. Damien pulled it out of her,
healed the whole thing up.
filled the whole thing up. She's fine. There's like still a little like raw patch of skin, but there's no big gaping wound.
He's fat. He's patting at it.
Yeah. Looking for something.
Something.
Fable,
Oh, yes, did that hurt? I'm sorry. Sometimes I could go a little bit too forceful. I can lighten
what are
up.
you doing?
Well, you're hurt.
Hardly. She
Took you to...
lifts her hand up and presents the bolt that was in her chest.
Grimaces a little and kind of
Fine.
pokes a little bit at the bolt. It had to have hurt.
Oh, yes. Hurt like a son of a bitch. But Damien pulled it out and healed me. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
She kind of furrows her brow a little bit.
I don't know. Mom was usually good at this. I'm kind of just going through the motions. I think
Fable,
I'll.
stop touching my chest.
Okay.
I think Damien would be standing like probably in between like Will and these two, and just like looking completely exhausted and fully just like out of like it, going back from like, okay, what are we gonna do to the soldiers over there to what's going on over there to what's going down with Will down there. But I think he would see Feeble trying to help Farah and walk over. Feeble, question. You've not been in a situation like this before. You've only had, like, been beaten up, or you haven't gotten to the point of you're going to die.
Well, some of the bears would put up a fight, but not. No, never like this.
I don't want to say it's frequent, but Farah and I have dealt with much worse than what we have dealt with today.
This is nothing, Feeble. In fact, it's not even as bad as stubbing my toe.
It's another day of work.
Oh, okay. I'll just. And he puts his rag back in his
Look after the
bag.
villagers.
Okay.
Perhaps some of the soldiers. They could use your help.
Yes.
And yeah, he goes to walk away.
What do we do with the soldiers?
The ones that helped us.
Yeah. You think they're gonna...
Rat us out.
I hope not. I hope their loyalty stands, but...
I hope for their sake they don't.
Let's just hope the marionette doesn't do worse.
She kind of grinds her teeth. I think you'd very much get the sense that she does not fuck with the marionette at all.
Yeah.
I think that she'd kind of look over to the soldiers. What are they doing? Are they continuing their work? Are they just huddled together, terrified?
Yeah, they're just kind of standing there. You see some of them are cleaning off blood from their weapons. The one with the crossbow is kind of... He set another bolt in it and then has set it down. And is just kind of like, you know, I'm not gonna shoot you again.
I think she's gonna go over there and I think she's gonna talk to him.
Okay. Are you approaching the one with the crossbow?
She's not approaching anyone in particular. She's approaching the group. Very much in the way, hands behind her back, like a general, like a commander. Straightens herself out. She's walking over there, communicating with her body language that she is in charge and she is there to speak.
Damien will be following behind.
The soldiers take attention, or the soldiers have... What is the way I'm trying to phrase this? The soldiers are looking at you as you're walking up, and they're just kind of standing there.
She's doing the thing again, where she's looking at them.
They're just sitting there watching you.
Men,
They'll kind of stand up straight.
I will ask you this once, and I expect an honest answer. What are you going to say about what happened here?
You see the one that had the crossbow. He kind of takes a step forward. We're going to tell the marionette that the heretics had a strong force here, and they killed half of us, but we were able to subdue them and continue on with our mission.
I think she'd look back to Damien.
Damien look towards the men. Could I try and see the amount of confidence this guy has in being able to tell the marionette this? You know, like is this like, are they trying to get us out of here, or are they actually going to say this?
Make an insight check for me.
A hot 3.
From what you can tell,
Hell
he
yeah.
is telling the truth.
Okay. Well, I mean, if anything were to happen, I'm sure we'll find out about it immediately.
You
What-
saw
uh,
what we did, what the knight and I did to your boss. What was his name again?
His name was Archie, ma'am.
Archie. You saw what we did to him.
Yes, there's still some of him on the knight's boot.
Yes. And there shall be for some time to come. My point is,
Damien's scraping his foot against the ground.
if this comes back to us, and we will know if you said something to the marionette, each and every one of you.
You can see their
What we did to
faces
Archie.
are fucking terrified right now.
What we did to Archie looks like a mercy. It will pale in comparison. Am I understood, men?
In all in unison, or not in unison, but just kind of one after another. They're, yes, ma'am. And they're just kind of sitting there, just scared shitless.
Good. Now clean this place up. Dismissed.
You say dismissed. They set their pole arms up against a wall and begin moving bodies again.
Now, what are we gonna do about that one? And point down to Will.
I think this is the first time that Farrell looks over and notices Will.
Yeah, Will,
Just the whole time.
Will looks exhausted. He looks shell shocked. He looks, this is a new experience for him. He's still grasping the emotion of it all.
She looks at him. She's how far? I mean, we're over by the soldiers. How far away would he be?
More than 10, 15 feet.
Okay. And she's just looking at him and kind of sneers a little bit. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Okay, so you had to kill some womp womp. Womp fucking womp, get over it. She's
God, I love
confused.
it.
She doesn't get it. She doesn't get the moral dilemma of, oh my god, I just killed a guy.
I killed a man and I liked it.
You want me to take care of this?
I think perhaps you should. I'm not quite equipped for that.
Damien will just he looks like everything's just drained out of him. Of just like the amount of adrenaline is now just gone, and he's just very lethargic in everything he's doing. Is going to go over to where Will's lying in the mud, and then proceed to sit down next to him, and then slowly lay down right next to Will in the mud, and just sit there. Just seeing if any response comes from Will.
Yeah, he doesn't look over. It's like essentially he's not even noticing you. Like you can tell that. He's just eyes straight up to the sky, watching the clouds move. About the only thing you can hear from him and see from him is his chest rising quite high very quickly, and big, heavy, deep breaths that are also quite loud.
Damien will let the silence sit for a good chunk of time, and just lie there with him. And will turn his head slowly to face Will. You have a prior history with the Order.
I think he kind of come to, and his hands were originally outstretched across the ground, his arms, I mean, but he lifts them and washes them over his face. And it glances at Damien for a moment, and then continues to look back up at the sky, and opens his mouth and thinks for a moment before speaking. Yes, just never like this.
No matter what we have to do. Sometimes I don't know if I'll be able to live with it all. I see your frustration. But see that my empathy does not mean my agreeance.
I think upon you saying that you don't know if you'll be able to live with it all, you can see that kind of shakes Will up a little bit. Kind of rings through his mind for a moment. I have my feelings on them. I didn't think it would ever culminate in something like this. And he glances around at the bodies, and then I think he'd finally roll his head over at you and attempt to look Damien in the eyes, which he would certainly be struggling to. And I think he closes them for a second, and this is what you've done your whole life. I think things are a little clearer for me now.
I hope in the example that Farah and I provided today shows you a bit more of an insight that as much as we follow the order, there are points that even we will not tolerate.
I think even in this heavy set of emotions that he's feeling, I think upon hearing Damien say that, you would see a small glint of I'm not even quite sure what word to use here, but you can. There's a sense of like, even though this has made me feel kinds of ways that I've never felt before, in a very bad way, that there is a sense of like, but maybe I want to do it again.
Okay. Would I be able to see this kind of change in his face? Would I be able to, if possible, roll for it to see if I can insight it?
It's up to you, Angel.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna say, because Damien's a pretty wise person. He knows people, so roll for insight with advantage. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, say no more. Okay.
While this
and we
is going on, Farah is kind of in between the two. She's in between where Feeble is with the villagers and them two on the ground, just keeping an eye on everything.
I got 9.
With advantage?
That's crazy.
I got
crazy.
8. 8 is my last one. I'm getting the bad rolls out now.
I was about to say this is good.
On a 9, you would see the look in his face of like, this is a lot for me right now, but you'd see a flicker of something, you just can't quite identify it.
Okay. If you're interested on some of the things that goes on in the order, I can perhaps tell you some history, or probably more of my history with it would probably be a better teacher in that aspect.
Will's gonna look over at Farah for a moment, wondering if she can hear this conversation or not. And then,
no, I don't think she's actively listening.
okay, and then he'd look back at Damien and he'd just nod. I think for now, unless more questions are asked, these are those words that were spoken are about the only that are going to be gotten right now until he's feeling tip top.
I think Damien will just nod and then kind of roll his head back to looking up at the sky and just sit there for a second. And then kind of prop himself up and then stand up and offer Will a hand. We gotta get going.
Yeah, he'd take his hand with a sort of a loose grip and wipe himself down once he stood up. Probably wipes his face and sees that there's some blood on there and kind of just furrows his brows. Will's leg is still injured, correct?
Yeah, you took, I think it was 3 damage. Is that right?
Let me pull my character sheet up. Oh shit, I forgot to take the, yeah, 3. I forgot to take it off by accident, but yeah, we'll say 3.
Yeah, it was something small. It wasn't a lot. It was definitely more of a grazing blow than as bad as it could have been.
Can you walk?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Obviously, you can see that he's limping, but
I'm sorry. I don't mean to get up in your be intrusive, but do you mind if I just take care of this issue real quick? And then he's gonna like kind of like pull the like sleeve down just a little bit for his hand to like show that he's like, is it okay? Can I?
yeah, we'll just nods.
Okay. And then I'll use 3 of the lay on hands. Just get him back up.
Okay. I think Will smiles and you can see he appreciates it, even though he was trying to kind of be like, no, don't think about me. And then, yeah, I think he'd, unless Damien has more to say, I think he'd allow Damien to keep moving, probably follow and just see where he goes.
Yeah, head back to Farah and just look to see kind of where Feeble's at and what Feeble's doing with the other villagers.
Feeble is definitely in a doesn't know what to do with his hands kind of situation. He went back to the people to like see how they were. I assume when he did, the bread is still untouched on the ground. I don't know if yeah, so he kind of like, all right, if you guys need me, and he's kind of walking around. I assume the soldiers aren't really acknowledging him either.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's just kind of like, okay, and kind of looks deep in thought, and yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit, just like, I don't know what to do. He's wanting to be useful, but it feels like, no one's really wanting to talk to him right now, so he's just trying to do stuff. I think he'd pick up, like, the odd, like, plank or something to try and clean up.
I don't know why I thought you say the odd limb.
No! No, yeah, he's just kind of just walking around, trying to use his strength the good, just picking up stuff.
Okay.
Twigs and things, burned stuff on the ground.
Alright.
Walking up to Farah, should we have the soldiers escort the rest of the villagers back with them?
You think the villagers are going to trust them? After what
Very
they've
good
done?
point. Very good point. I want to do more, but
There's nothing we can do here. It's
nothing we
already
can
been
do.
done. We'll arm the villagers with the dead soldiers' weapons. They can take care of themselves.
They're gonna have to. All right. Well, this seems to be the best spot to start making our leave.
Yes, I think it's best we leave.
I'll gather Feeble. And start walking over to Feeble. Are you Feeble?
Oh, yes, sir. He swings around.
Uh,
Some things fall a little bit.
you can put that down. The villagers will be okay. We are going to be leaving.
Is there not more we can do? Kind of looks.
So
around a
Damien's
little
gonna, make his way to Feeble, and start kind of bending that and picking up some of the things that fell, and then start placing them back into her Feeble's arms.
Feeble smiles.
Thank you.
What we would offer, we would need to be here for much longer than we are able to stay.
I see.
You did a great thing of giving them the rations and giving them an opportunity to have a longer chance at survival. And they can arm themselves, and they will be able to survive.
Is the order not going to come and help? I mean, this had to have been a mistake, right? Surely we could go back and we can tell them to come and help.
Damien kind of turns his head and looks down, and just a very deep breath in. Feeble, this is the price of heresy. I'm not
Then
the
what?
one in charge of the order of it.
Then
But
why
this
do we
is-
defend them? They're heretics, right?
Are they heretics?
Seems like that's what you think. It's gonna stare at you.
During this very tense moment, Farah has found the strongest looking villager. I'm assuming they killed all of the actual strong ones.
Mhm.
Strongest. Which can I take the scene for a sec? Can I
For it.
say who the strongest one is? Can I take that from you, Murat?
Sure.
I'm gonna say the strongest looking one is a 14-year-old boy.
Okay.
Farah is going to walk over. She's going to pick up a blood-soaked sword. Just fucking drenched. Probably has like bits of fucking Archie on it too.
Mhm.
Actually, it might be Archie's sword. She's gonna
Uh,
pick it up.
I was gonna say you didn't. Archie never got a chance to draw his weapon from his scabbard.
Yeah, I know.
So his sword would actually be pretty clean besides the hilt.
Okay, yeah, no, that works. She'd take the whole thing then. She'd take the scabbard and the whole setup, and she'd walk over to the boy, and she would put it in his hand. She wouldn't say anything, but as a very clear, you're in charge now.
The kid takes his sword and just stares at you with shock, like 1,000-yard stare. But there's a hint of awe in his gaze. He knows who you are. And you can tell just by his face that there are two parts of him that are fighting each other.
I think she lifts up one hand, puts a finger on his forehead, does the thing. Get them to safety. Take all of the weapons.
He
Get the true
nods.
believers.
Nods
Bring them
and
to the city.
I'll try my best. Thank
No.
you for saving us.
You will not try your best. You will succeed.
He nods. He goes back and starts helping some of the younger kids get up, get dusted off. And then you kind of see them get ready to move.
Bro does not care.
He's gonna see us. But yeah,
Are you guys doing something?
we're waving at
Oh.
Paul.
Oh, hold on.
I got cat.
The cat.
I'll take the cat.
But yeah, they are. You see the young boys getting everyone ready to start marching back towards Kozar.
I think there's been a long silence of Damien staring at Feeble. Do you know how the system inside of the Order works. The ranking, where people stand, the power. And do you understand the faith of the Order? Not just the politics and the military, but what we believe.
Yes.
There's a lot of parts of the Order that fight within themselves. And there's a lot where we may disagree, but both sides will use the excuse of the light on their side. So it's not the easiest to tell what is right and what is wrong. And that's something you will see a lot of us struggle with.
I keep hearing that, and to do good is to do good. And if you're saying these people are good, then why would the Order want them dead?
Some people hold order over the lives that the Order is above. And with the price of heresy, some people are quick to accuse in situations where maybe there may have been more to learn about this situation. But some forces decide that they need to be quick about it rather than being thorough. So sometimes they'll get one little snippet, little glimpse of evil, and then they just burn it all down. I don't hold power like this. This is not something I can do much about. And knowing what Farah and I are capable of and where we stand, that must say something for the position that we see ourselves in, where we're ourselves useless. Is this good or bad? What has happened, Feeble? That's for you to decide. You don't have to talk to me now about it, but I would like to hear an answer of what has gone on today and your thoughts. But first, I'll let you collect them. And we need to move.
Okay.
I think Farah has gathered herself and probably sort of ushered Will along towards the main gate or whatever entrance this town has. It's like, okay, come on. Just get the fuck out of here.
I'll start heading, yeah, and gather with everyone else.
And there's roughly 2.5 days left to travel to the gate. So at any point during that time, Feeble, if you think you'd give an answer to Damien, you can do so. Or if you think Feeble would dwell on it a little bit longer.
I don't think Feeble's smart enough to be thinking like that. So you're gonna be waiting a bit for an answer. Yeah, you're not really getting anything from.
Okay. We love our boy.
Yeah.
No fucking thoughts, head empty. Heart
Yeah.
full, but head empty.
Heart full, head empty. Alright, so if you guys are okay, we'll just, nothing else is gonna happen. You guys are...
Please, for the love of God, get us to Sitka.
Yeah, you guys are getting to Sitka. You approach the border gate. My hair got in my mouth. And you see, it is a very simple palisade, but there is ramparts on it for people to walk, and you see soldiers walking along. And you do kind of see someone up there, just kind of arms crossed, waiting for your arrival.
What's the climate like here?
It is warm. You are getting close to the coast. It's nice and toasty. The more
Like
north you go,
Mediterranean.
yeah, Mediterranean. The more north you go, kind of gets like the Alps. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The further south you get more temperate. Is temperate the right word? Tropical. That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
But you see someone up on the wall, just kind of waiting.
We approach. Damien will start waving his arm,
You
just
see,
gaining the attention of the guy.
see the figure takes off a hat and kind of puts it up in the air.
Well, at least they're nice.
I would know who this is, yeah.
Both you and Damien would know who this is. This is Julia, the Flame Knight.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Oh,
I
fuck.
think Farah would for the first time in fucking days have a smile on her face.
Yep. And for the other two, you guys see a tall, half elvish woman, but instead of the other Flame Knights who are all clad in armor, she is only wearing a breastplate and some, I can't think of the actual name, but just some knee pads and very kind of light, flowy clothing, a cape draped over her left shoulder, and you see a rapier on her side.
Well, look who it is. Hello, friend. Pleasure.
Welcome! That's not the voice. What was that?
No,
I was like,
that.
is she country?
I
I
Hell
don't
yeah.
like that.
Oh man, we in Sitka now, boys.
That's
I think it's
That's
really
just
good,
Hugo?
actually.
Is
That's
I
that
was
really
over
good.
Hugo?
Down here.
Oh my god, can Hugo make an appearance? He's
Hey,
just in
Oh
here.
my god.
maybe.
He's a dwarf. His fucking elven wife, Priscilla.
Yeah. You see it. You know what, fuck it, we're doing Southern because I can't think of another voice now.
It's really good. I'm letting
I
you know.
like Southern. It
Okay.
fucks. She's like gunslinger. A cool gunslinger.
Well, if it ain't Damien and the Living Flame, how you two doing?
well, much better now that we're here seeing your absolute glowing face.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Very well, Knight. Thank you.
And
Ugh.
she kind of turns around and talks to something, and the gates begin to open, and you can see it slowly does transfer from more of a like an oak and birch and maple forest to more of some tropical trees start getting into the mix further down the road.
I picture it like Greece.
Yeah, you see, you'll start to see some cypress trees. Oh,
Yeah. And Feeble leaves.
yep.
Fuck.
People runs away.
Feeble dies.
People got too scared.
Feeble kills over dead.
Feeble.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank the flame. He's fucking dead.
Sorry about that. My internet.
But yeah, the gate is now open, and like I said, you definitely do see more of like some Mediterranean cypresses lining the roads that you can tell have been planted. And on the other side of the gate is a wagon. It is a nice wagon for someone to sit in, and on the sides of it you see 4 soldiers. These are not Order of Light soldiers. In fact, you don't know who these soldiers are. They do not look like Sitka soldiers. They are clad in very ornate clothing and breastplates. Their clothing are very vibrant colors. They wear plunderhosens down to their legs, and you can see a lot of them have very wide brimmed hats, and you can see a skull cap underneath it for some protection. And they have these like peacock feathers in their hats, and as well as the presumable leader has a cloak made of peacock feathers down his back. And you can see, if you walk through the gate, you can see Julia is now walking down, kind of arms wide spread like, hey, we're at peace, nothing can go wrong.
Okay, so all these soldiers. So where is this cart? You said it was a wagon that
Yeah,
these soldiers
is it-
are.
Is it like a cargo wagon or is it like a stagecoach?
It's a stagecoach. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Okay. Okay. And are they just like stationary where they are right now, or are they like?
They're mingling with each
Making-
other.
Okay. Okay. I just wait for Julia to close the distance, because right as I step foot in, I don't want to be moving anymore, and want to find a place of rest as soon as possible. So just lets her close the distance.
You see her. She comes down the steps.
I think
Well.
Farah would a couple steps forward and salute.
Mm-hmm. You see, she salutes back. Welcome to Sitka. Now, those men over there, those boys, they have been sent by Lord Pyrrha himself to escort you and to give you a ride. I'm sure the walking has been a little rough on y'all.
It's been a journey, and then I'm still gonna be scraping that one boot on the ground.
It's been 2.5 days. You haven't taken time at camp to scrub it off. You're just like, yeah, I'll get it. It'll wear off.
No, yeah, it'll wear out.
Like a tooth go like ding.
Yeah, it's stuck in the tread of his
Ugh.
shoe. But Julie sees you doing that and just kind of crosses her arms and cocks her head, just like, did you step in shit or something?
Oh,
Worse.
there was some stuff that we came across on our journey over here, that big mess to step in.
Oh, well, I'm sure. But I mean, here we've been just doing wonderful.
What
Well, that's
what was the name of the guy who's in the carriage again?
Piro, I think.
Pure.
Lord Pyrrha. P-I-R-A-H.
Pyrrha. Is he the one who wants us here? It's his bull, yes?
It is, yes it is. He's one that he wants to make relations with us a little bit, as I'm sure you all know. They are still a little flaky, but we've had peace for 50 years now. I don't think there's anything to worry about.
There's always something to worry about.
Oh, that's true. But with their religious freedom, they're happy we're still able to build churches, and I think what I think this is I believe that this is a bit of a diplomatic mission to open up trade between our two wonderful countries. I think that's what he's calling you here for.
Yes, my presence would make sense in something like that.
Indeed it would. And the music ran out. Isn't that impressive?
Suddenly, it feels a lot less atmospheric here.
I know. The birds, they just stopped on chirping.
It's the presence is cold. It's lifeless.
You see her claps, and then the birds all start coming.
Ah,
Oh, there we go.
But
Yeah, I think she'd just sort of motion, lead the way. You know, we here.
she walks over to the guards, to the soldiers. Well, here's your cargo. And you see,
Oh.
they now the soldiers have stopped mingling as she has come up, and they've kind of taken positions. And as you get closer, you can see, sitting against the wagon are very large Krieg messers that have a slight curve in them. They're roughly the same size as like a Zweihander or Claymore, something of those sorts, but they are Krieg messers.
As I'm kind of shuffling towards the wagon, I'll look over towards Julia, and then kind of turn back to see like if everybody else is following, and then like look over to Feeble, and then look back to Julia, and go, oh, and then walk over to Feeble, and then like kind of guide him along up to Julia. So rude of me, Feeble. This here is another knight that I would love for you to meet.
Yes, yes,
She's doing
it's a
little
pleasure to meet you.
wave, just... Hi.
People, just it's a pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Well, nice to meet you too. I can see that you're a half orc, I'd presume.
Yes.
Well, just letting you know, there's a very decent sized orc community in Sitka, in the ports.
Bill's
What?
like already smiling right now.
Well, yeah, didn't you know that?
Why would you let them anywhere near the city?
Smile's immediately gone.
You see her
Will's face
face
dropped.
kind of go like her face.
I think Damien kind of has like a like kind of a slight smile on his face, like yep.
Just Feeble's just confused. He's
Yeah.
like, how is it that monsters are able to live amongst you guys?
Before anything even happened, because Farrah's like, oh my fucking god, dude. I think before that, Farrah grabs Will by the shoulders, like, drags him so that he's in front of her and goes, and this is Windermere, my squire.
On the way of being pushed, Will is gonna nudge Feeble like really hard, like just proper elbow him.
Does he hasn't feel
we need to
anything?
have like a HR meeting about this before, like.
It's okay, I'm picturing this, like, Farrah and Damien are standing next to each other, and she has now dragged Will in front of her so that he's standing next to Feeble, and it's like a fucking JCPenney family portrait.
Yeah.
Mom and dad in the back, and then there's fucking two kids in front, and
Nice
she's got her
Happy
hands
family.
on Will's shoulders, and those metal claw gauntlets things that she has are digging in. She's not trying to hurt him, but she's just got a fucking white knuckle grip on his shoulders.
Like,
Do not do what this other fucker is doing. Do not embarrass me.
whatever. You pull Will up, and her expression like kind of shifts from what the fuck did this guy's gonna need a crash course on Sitka to oh, another half elf. Oh.
Will does a little elvish greeting.
She responds in kind, and she begins speaking to you in Elvish. So how'd you get dragged along in this group? You don't. I mean, you dress like you're from here.
Well, it's frankly, it's a long story, and too many likely boring details. I'm not sure if you have the time or want to be regaled by this.
Oh, sorry.
Partly my doing,
I,
so I had a hand in bringing him over. So
okay, well, Fable, you're gonna need to talk a little bit more about Sitka. And she swapped back to home at this point. Also, Jib, it was in Elvish, by the way. You speak Elvish.
oh, this was an Elvish.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
talking in Elvish.
Oh, okay. Oh, I missed that. My bad.
No, you're good. But yeah, she looks back at you, Will, and back into Elvish. Well, certainly, hopefully, at some point you'll have time. Right now, I believe that ball's in about a day or so, so I'd go. These fellas here, they're kind. They're all right. I mean, they're mercenaries. Can't really ask much of them. Besides, she kind of looks over to them, realizes that none of them are paying attention, and they're just kind of here to show force for this this ball, whatever. I mean, I've never seen them fight. I don't even know if they're worth their money. I mean, look how they dress. I mean, shit, look how I dress. And you can see she kind of just starts going on a ramble in Elvish about.
Okay, yeah, Will's gonna cut her off.
Aw.
Ma'am, please. One elf to another, is there perhaps anything about them that you might be able to tell me?
I mean, they look pretty cute. But I mean, like I
Will-
I mean the pants they're in make their butts look real nice, but
I
other
mean,
than
you
that,
you see those plunder hose they're wearing?
She's in the order, right?
She is. She's a flame knight.
Will has the expression of, okay, I've got another reason why I hate these people.
She's not even like a horrible person. It's just she likes looking at
Pierre's
dude
just like,
ass.
oh god.
I will
Well-
also post a photo of what she looks like in the chat for you guys.
During whatever ramble this is, Will is just gonna very politely give an elvish goodbye and just walk away.
Alright. And you can see the
Actually,
guards.
what's
They're kind of standing. One of them is like by the door, ready to open it, and Julia looks at all of you. Well, I ain't gonna hold you up anymore now, so I'm gonna let y'all keep on going. I'm sure y'all have plenty of time coming back if you want to stay and chit chat for a little while.
Oh, I think that would be great. I would love to catch up.
Wonderful.
yes, perhaps once the mission is done.
All right.
Yes. Priorities.
Well, I will hand you off to Mr. What was your name again, sir? And the man with the cape of peacock feathers. My name. That was not the accent I wanted to do, but it was one that came out. I keep doing that. I keep getting an accent in my head, and then it just does not come out right. I'm like,
That is so
how do I
real.
forget how to do this? Well, I gotta do my warm-ups. Well, Miss Julia, my name is Kaiser.
Ja, Deutschländer!
These are just Landsknechts.
Ja, genau!
Right, Kaiser. Well, I will leave you in the good company of Mr. Kaiser over there, and he'll take you all the rest of the way to your board that Lord Pyrrha has acquired for you. And like I said, I believe it's in about a day. Is that right, Kaiser? He looks over. Yeah. And then, do you guys walk over to the carriage? This is a very nice carriage, by the way.
Will's
I think
not
so.
gonna move until anyone else moves.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna like right as like the silence starts. Damien's like, okay, now's our time, and I'm just like in a whole thing. I think I have like a whole sweep of everybody like in my arms, and I'm kind of just like leading them all towards the cart.
You begin walking over, and as you get to the doors, they are open for you by the mercenaries, the soldiers, and it is. They kind
How
of.
well do I fit?
Yeah, how well does Feeble fit in this?
They open the door and then look to you, Damien, and just kind of have a blank expression of.
I'm just gonna point up to like up top, like, can I just ride with the with the driver?
You see one of them looks over to Kaiser and he nods, so you're able to. People with now Damien not being in there, you guys can fit.
Okay.
Not super comfortably as if you were a normal human, but it's not bad. It's not the worst thing you've ridden in.
Okay.
And then as
I'll
everyone
start
you start
climbing up, and you just like you could just feel the
whole
shift in
carriage
weight.
starts
Yeah.
to, like, it almost goes on two wheels, and you can see like hands on the other side grabbing it and kind of pulling back a bit.
Like it started showing off how heavy both him and his armor are.
Yeah.
Just like just a lean to the carriage a little bit.
And then so you get
I
up.
think
and-
Farah would tell Feeble to shuffle to the opposite side of wherever Damien is sitting, like in the back. Just like balance this bitch out a little
Balance
bit.
it, yeah.
He's like, oh, okay, and he's just kind of like this, trying to make as much space as possible for you guys.
Yeah, the way Will is sat, so he sits down normally. He looks at the two, Damien and Feeble, and then lifts his legs and feet onto the seat. So he's just like upright fetal on his side of the coach.
Like when someone's trying to get past you in a movie theater.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
But as you all load in, you can hear the horse. How do horses work? You see
The horse.
the horse. Yeah, it's dragged by a horse. No,
A horse.
You can hear the
In
horses.
sitcom, bro, I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
Yeah, you see the horses, or you don't see here. I keep getting those two moving. Damien, you see Kaiser. He whips the reins, and the horses start to move. Everyone inside the carriage starts to hear it. You guys can hear the clanking of the armor on the sides as the soldiers are jogging next to you. And you have roughly an hour, 2 hours to get to the actual port. So, we'd like to have an HR meeting with people. You guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think in the back she would look to Feeble.
Will, before anyone could do anything, Will is gonna very gently put his hands on Feeble's knees and just be like, there is a lot of things that you are gonna have to get really cool with really quick.
Wait, he's still so confused. Just
Have you ever seen a slave market?
well, would any have passed up north? Not like markets, but like people who would like have slaves. Like I don't think there'd be any in the town that he lived in. But would any like?
Kurzad doesn't do slavery. Well, you wouldn't know, but Kurzad does not do it. Slavery is not allowed in Kurzad.
Okay.
They're the good guys. No.
They're the slightly less
Slavery.
bad guys.
They're the slightly less bad guys.
Slavery. No,
Mhm.
of course not.
Well, you're going to. And you can tell she's leaned up against the side. Her head, her cheekbone is resting against her fist, and she's like half asleep. But the carriage is like rocking her to sleep as she's talking about this. Yes, you're going to see people's lives sold away.
Why are we letting that happen?
She looks over to him. What do you mean, letting?
Exactly that.
This is Sitka. The Order has no control here.
Explains the monsters.
That's another
Will
thing.
browse.
Yeah. Is it did Damien hear this conversation? I don't think so.
Very, very faintly, you hear like some bits and pieces, but you can't get the whole thing.
Yeah, just can't believe it. Can't believe they're here. Kind of shivers a little bit too.
Well, I think that's something that you're going to have to come to terms with very quickly, Feeble. There's a lot of good people here, orcs included, and I'm sure they would be very kind to you.
There's no such thing as a good orc.
He's just going to stare at Feeble.
Feeble. She's so fucking over it, dude.
Tone down the racism just a little bit, my guy.
Yes, you're from a tiny mountain village. Yes, nothing bad ever happens there. It's fairy tales and pastures and beautiful. Oh my god.
I think Feeble's gonna... You know nothing about me. Don't you insinuate anything. You want to use insinuate, that's too big a word, but... You... He's like... He looks out the window.
I think him talking back to her would get her attention. And she would sit upright. And yet I know enough to know that you know nothing. Feeble. Very few things are black and white. I told you this. There are orcs who are fine people. There are elves who are monsters. You will encounter both. Get the idea of your kind being monsters out of your head. It will get you into nothing but trouble here. And as fun as it would be to see you get dragged into a back alley and beat, it would detract from the mission. I'm here to see it through, and unfortunately, you are part of that. So get it together. Open your mind, and shut your mouth. She goes back to leaning and looking out the window.
He just silently shakes his head. Looking out the window.
Well, Will looks really awkward at this minute. He's like, okay, well, neither of these two people are going to speak. Will is just gonna... He's just gonna keep looking at Feeble. Just sort of a sorry expression on his face.
People doesn't turn to him. His eyes are glued outside. You can see his like hands are like very tightly together in his lap. Just not like this, but like just like this. And he's yeah. Still trying to be as small as possible so you guys have space, but yeah.
I think whether Feeble likes it or not, Will's just gonna reach over a hand to Feeble's clasped hands and just pat them with a soft smile, and then just go back to sitting.
I think people will jolt a little, and if Will would linger a bit, I think Feeble would just lock eyes with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then doesn't say anything. Maybe if Will was noticing, he would have like a frown on his face, and he goes to look back outside.
All I can think about is the video of the guy on a bus, and he goes to like put his hand on the other lady's hand. She just karates it away. Like that's all I can think about.
I was really tempted to. It was like a 50-50 shot of if he would have let Will touch his hand or not. But he did.
The time passes, and people, as you're looking out the window, you begin to see small little shacks with some farms. Looks like sugar cane being grown. You begin to see people, more and more people moving around, and then the wagon stops. Stops for a second. Damien, you see that you have reached the gate. And the gate opens, and the wagon picks up and continues. And as you enter, you see just a mix of people. You see dwarves, orcs, elves, humans. You see a few dragonborn walking around with green scales. You see them walking around. And it's just, you see a lot of people, and then you see a group of people being moved, and they're all cuffed, and it is once again a mix of people getting moved by some people to one new area, and they're yelling orders and barking orders, and then finally you make your way to the inner city, the inner part of this port town, or port city. And the wagon stops. And you hear Kaiser. Well, we are here. You are free to dismount. We will take you to your rooms if you would like.
Just a point in the direction of where we need to go. We'll be okay.
He points to his left where you see a giant mansion.
David's gonna, like... Well, thank you for the ride over here.
Of course.
Damien will start dismounting, and I'm sure everyone can feel as the carriage.
I think it's actually the carriage jolting that wakes Farah up. Because she fell the fuck asleep. She uses any and all opportunity of like, okay, I'll be woken up before I get killed, to conk the fuck out. And that's what she did.
I think Will, as Damien like jumps off, Will's going to use the momentum to just like swing himself out of the carriage.
I was gonna open the door when I get off.
Oh, the doors have already been opened by the guards who have been running, like jogging along.
Oh, jogging. Okay.
Yeah, and I will say, Farah and Damien, you know that like jogging for 2 hours in full kit is not enjoyable, and these guys are not out of breath. They are standing tall. They have their breath. They are not out of it. You see their swords are still resting on their shoulders. They don't have sheaths for them. They carry them, and they're just kind of at attention, waiting for you guys to get out so they can shut the doors.
Stand by the door, and be offering my hand to each of them as they step out.
People won't take it.
Yeah, Farah will take it. She will step out, still kind of sleepy. I think she just... she's gonna tip the mercenaries. She's...
you go
Just
to,
like, hey, you guys.
are you holding out gold for them?
Yeah, she'd be holding out. I don't know what a tip would be a piece.
You go to hold money, and Kaiser just kind of. Nein, there's no need. We get paid well enough.
She looks up at him, cocks an eyebrow. All right. Never known mercenaries who turn down gold.
You take gold from Lord Pera. I keep going Irish. I don't know why. We take gold from Lord Pera. That is it.
She like, okay, puts the gold away. Well then, thank you shall suffice. Thank you.
Of course. I don't know why my German accent keeps going Irish. I really don't. It's really
It
funny.
kind of works. No, cause well, I mean, what kind of German accent are you trying to do? Cause Northern German sounds English a lot of the time.
German. I don't know the dialects of Germany very well off the top of my head. Oh, there is
Southern
some.
German Bavarian is like the you know.
Yeah,
It's Deutschland, and Northern German sounds almost flat, like
Verstehen.
English sometimes.
oh, the song I was gonna play is temporary and unavailable. Oopsie.
Whoa, whoopsie daisy.
Is this the same one? Am I just copying the same link? Nope, I'm copying a different one. Perfect. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. We'll get the music back. But it seems the birds have just stopped chirping again.
Och nein, the birds, they have
Och
stopped
nein,
chirping.
none of the songs are available. Och nein.
Och nein, the songs are unavailable.
All of us just standing at the gates of the mansion, staring at it, wind blowing ominously. We gotta go in there?
We gotta...
We gotta go in there?
I think whilst everyone's getting out, will, like I say, use the momentum to kind of jump out. If everyone's facing the destination, Will is facing away, looking at the rest of the area, and he's just kind of low mumble, just repeating 2 names. So if
Can I
anybody
hear
wants
what
to
those
find
names
out,
are?
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanna know what the fuck those two names are.
I want to, yeah. I love mumbling.
By the way, another thing, if you guys, you guys as players want another player to roll something, you can do that and set your own DC. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Okay.
So like for
What do we
perception
roll?
checks to hear something that someone else is saying, that is all
What do I roll?
up
What do I
to-
roll? What do I roll?
yeah, roll. Give me. If you want to find out what he's saying, just give me some perceptions.
Her ass is so tired. That's a fucking nat 1.
Hot 9.
Okay, right. So on a 9 and a nat 1, you hear half of the 2 names. So for
I rolled a nat 20,
The-
just letting you know.
okay,
I
so
get all of it.
two of you, all you hear is just Ara, and then Ra. That's all you hear. That's all you can make out from the mumbling. Feeble on a nat 20, you can hear 2 names, Arut and Bron.
I heard him.
Who's Arn? No, that's
Yeah, you wrong.
People will sneak a glance over to Will, and wrong person to do a nat 20 with. He does not acknowledge it at all.
Bro does
Well,
not
So
okay.
care.
sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
our boy. He's going through changes.
Yeah, he just kind of continues to mumble to himself. Obviously, Fable doesn't give a shit. You two can't really quite make out, so
Damien's absolutely exhausted, barely able to keep consciousness basically at this point.
Yeah, Farrah's so fucking out of it, dude.
No, someone acknowledge Will. It won't be people, man.
no, it's fine.
No,
Will, I was
insane.
doing that more of just like a. I'm just putting that out there.
It's
It doesn't need to
there.
be
It's
a response.
there.
It can be rhetorical.
Yeah. But as you guys approach the gates, you see two more of these mercenaries. They open the gate. And at the front of this mansion, you see a man. Hold on, I have to scroll down to my notes and it's so bright. You see a man dressed in a fine blue, very light, like light as in it's not a heavy piece of clothing, with seafoam trim on the kind of collar, a very nice cloak kind of wrapped around him, his face light brown. You can see kind of wrinkles forming at the corners of his eyes. His hair is brown and kind of slicked back nice, with some gray spots sprinkled in there. And you see him, and as you guys walk through it, welcome, my friends. Please, I'm sure you must be exhausted from this long journey.
You can say that.
Oh, please, we have, what's the word? I almost said storage. What? Lodging.
Board.
Lodging.
Lodging.
We got
Yeah.
storage for y'all.
We got storage. You guys are sleeping in the cleaning closet.
Yay!
We have lodging
Oh, I'm sleeping. Hell yeah.
for
Sleeping
you
upright.
folks.
All right.
So you can take your time to rest. The masquerade is not for another day.
Oh, resting sounds so nice. I think like since the encounter with Archie, there's been kind of this like little bit less seriousness to Damien, as he's just like, oh, I don't have the energy to kind of put on the front of being a professional right now. So it's kind of leaking through. He's trying to be as professional as possible, but he's like, I want to get in that bed.
Is this the Lord?
Yes, this is
Is
Lord
this Mr.
Piero.
Lord Dude? And I would know. I would recognize that this is Mr. Lord Dude.
Wait, are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was already on note. Yes, you do recognize that this would be just from his exquisite garb,
Mhm.
the mansion.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this is a really fancy butler. No, she would turn to him and she would face him and give him a respectful head nod, respectful bow. Since she can't exactly salute here, it doesn't fucking mean anything. An honor, Lord Pyrrha.
Oh, please, the honor's all mine. You don't have to bow to me. You can just call me Piero as well. After all, we are friends. He kind of looks for a response from everyone.
She kind of a half-forced smile, like, okay, I have to be polite here.
You get a. Yeah.
Will's smiling, but
Just
it's because I'm not sure if Lord Perro will be able to tell this, but Will's smiling not out of politeness, but because he finds this whole interaction quite entertaining.
But after the responses, he smiles. Please come in. Let me not hold you for any longer. We'll get you set up in your rooms. Marianne, and he calls, and you see a not as tall as him. He's roughly like 5'10", give or take. She's smaller, roughly 5'5". Dark brown hair as well. Light brown skin. She's also dressed in very nice clothing. And as she approaches, Marianne, please take them to their rooms. And she looks over to him. Of course, Lord Piero. And kind of
question, ma'am.
yes.
As we're walking, do any of these rooms by chance have a fireplace in them?
No, we have no use for fireplaces here.
Perfect. Lead on.
And you begin to walk down these very, very nice halls. You see velvet drapes coming down off some of the siding. You see beautiful art pieces up on the walls. And you kind of go and you follow her through this. It's almost like a maze, how big this place is. And you get up. You go up 3 stairs. Well, here you are. Here are your rooms. You may stay here for, well, until you'd like to leave. Lord Pyrrha has... Sorry. Lord Pyrrha will get you food, if needed. Anything you need, just simply ring a bell and we will bring it.
Would-
Appreciated.
Farah know who this lady is?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course. Anything else?
We
before I
we
go?
all have different rooms, right?
Yeah. There are 4
Okay.
rooms set up. You go in and there is some nice clothes folded out. If you choose to pick them up, Feeble and or Damien, they are able to fit you.
I think before going in the room, Feeble would stand by Damien, and be like, "Is there anything you need of me, sir?"
I need you to get rest. You're dismissed.
And yeah, just very short, quick bow, not much on his face, and yeah, he goes in his room, and is just surprised that the clothes fit. And as he's looking at the clothes, he kind of almost like pause and like holds on tight to the shirt and clothes that he's wearing from home, and kind of looks very lost in thought in his room. And he gets changed.
Before Farah walks in, I think she would, if that Marianne lady is walking away, she would sort of catch her and...
Yes.
Are there any baths in the city?
We have baths in the mansion.
Perfect. Could you perhaps point me in the direction of them?
Of course. Would you like someone to assist you?
In cleaning me?
Yes.
She thinks for a second.
Damien sprints out of the room. I got it. I'm not tired anymore.
No, when that's available. Thank you.
Whoa, huh? One more time. Wait, I didn't catch what you said. Wait, what did you say?
Oh. She said, no one that's available, thank you.
Crazy. Of course. Would you like the bath heated?
No, actually, I think a cold bath would do me some good.
Understood. I'll fetch the water for you and let you know when it's ready.
Thank you. And then she'd go into her room and start, like, unpacking and stuff.
Now Damien is gonna catch Farah before she goes into her.
Oh my
room.
god, dude, she just fucking sit down! I mean, he could come into her room. She leaves
Oh.
the door open. She's not, like, shutting herself away yet.
Damien will walk to the door frame and just gently knock on the door.
I think just by the weight of the knock, she would know who the fuck it is.
And trying to be gentle, but it's just doof doof.
Yes, Knight. How can I help? And she doesn't turn to look at him or anything. She's putting her stuff away.
I have a bit of an oversight that I may need your assistance in.
Do tell.
What?
Um,
Okay.
and
Speak
and
freely,
Damien's
knight.
like he's looking like not a look of like, oh, he can't tell you, as much as it's like this is very hard for him to like speak about. And it's like more of himself not letting him say what he wants to say. And
I think hearing Damien stutter, she'd be like, "Yo, this is important," and she has like, I don't know, some clothes in her hands or something that she had in her pack, and she doesn't put them down. She just turns to look at him.
I would prefer if this could be done in my quarters, but if you're okay, I might need a little bit of first aid help.
She kind of cocks her head.
I didn't want.
I don't know any healing spells.
Oh, you don't. The healing's not what I'm gonna need. It's more of your ability to cauterize.
Oh.
I just
For a
don't.
second, she sets whatever she has in her hands down. Did you get cut?
Damien is actively avoiding eye contact, but has like this, like you can tell it's not like like empty look. It's like too much is going on in his head right now, and is actively avoiding eye contact with Farah. If you're okay with it taking place here, I didn't want to make a mess of your room.
She's like, what the fuck is this dude asking me?
Damien's like, he's trying to give as much information, but is like fighting himself on giving any of it at all.
She has set the stuff down, and she has the look on her face isn't like, oh my god, this dude is weird, but like deeply confused but totally down. Deeply like, what the fuck? Like,
He's gonna like look behind at the door and turn and close the door. Like as he's doing that, he looks over. Just
if you would feel safer in your quarters.
Yeah,
What sort of
I think it
mess are you talking about?
I think it would be easier for you to just.
She would glance at the bed. I think she would.
Damien's like
Is that what
looking like.
Mess in my pants?
Like, what mess are we talking? Are you talking about like blood or cum? Like, what are you talking about?
Or both.
Damien is like is like not making eye contact, so does not know what she's like looking or seeing. So he's like not seeing any of like, just knows that she's like facing towards him, and that's all that she knows or he knows. I think it'd be a bit more comfortable in my room.
All right.
He's gonna kind of awkwardly like open the door and then like walk over and across the hall to his room, and
She
he
would
kind of wants to
chuckle.
look down the hallway both ways to just see if anybody is like there.
No, they say.
She kind of looks to her pack like, am I gonna need anything? No.
You yeah, well, I have everything in my quarters.
She's like, she looks to her pack. No, I don't need anything. I can summon my whip. Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah, she follows him. Leaves the door open. She doesn't really care. Leaves her door open.
I think in the biggest open space of his room, you would see either like a blanket or like some form of like tarp, like some sort of just like thick
Are there
material.
candles and roses and chocolates laid out too?
Nope.
They're surgical
And-
tools.
And yeah, actually, you do see like two of the healers' kits sit down next to it, and he's just going to close the door, and then just walk past Farah, not making eye contact, and slowly sit down.
He turns back to her. She's naked. No,
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Saint, can I call you that anymore? And then I think this is gonna be a point where you see Damien kind of hang his head, and I think you're fairly accustomed to seeing tears running down Damien's face in a lot of the time that you've been around him, but it's never been with a look of shame that he has on him right now. Go ahead.
No, I think and she would see his face like that. He's crying out of shame right now, not joy or the weird fucking like sadist pain thing that he does. Like, this is the first time that she's seen him cry out of emotion, not whatever the fuck the other stuff is.
I usually have more time to prep for situations like this. But my oversight was having to quickly change to the outfit for the ball. And I fear that might prove slightly difficult.
You need help with your armor.
And he's going to lightly nod and just kind of like be wincing as like,
Would it not make more sense for your squire to help you with this? He will have to learn how to maintain it, will he not?
This is something that I don't think Feeble can handle.
Does he look
Not
up at her?
yet. Every word he's saying is like he's trying to like close his eyes, like he's hoping that like everything's gonna go away after each sentence.
Well, then he would hear the clicking of her boots as she walks over, and then sort of the skirt sort of tinks at her skirt, and she sits down in front of him on her knees. And with a softness that he has not heard in her voice, ever. What do you need of me?
His head will lift and look at her, and
Again, her face, she usually has a sort of wild look in her eyes, like flame, like fire. Her face is soft.
he takes a deep breath in, and then proceeds to start unlatching parts of his armor. And as you can see, a lot of it seems to be covered where you can't see any form of, like, strap or
Mhm.
anything of that sort. Some form of plating is covering it. And as he starts removing the pauldrons, you can see the straps very, very tight, like digging into his arm. And as he starts undoing the clasps underneath the straps, you can start seeing pools of blood start leaking from each side as he is releasing the tension of these straps. And once the clasp goes off and he gets to the one end just around his shoulders, he starts pulling it up, and you can see, as close as he can get them, about 1/4 inch nails stuck into the bottom of each of these straps as he is pulling all of these out of his shoulders. And you just see deep holes going along wherever these straps are holding on to his body to hold the armor. And kind of proceeds to start shaking as he's pulling each strap loose and uncovering another part of the armor that seems to be hidden, that seems to also be bleeding slightly, until he is able to take off the chest plate, where beneath it, down the front of it, are metal studs pointing directly towards his chest, with a slight cushion in between the actual armor plate and the set of studs, so that way it is constantly pressing into him.
Mhm.
And anytime he's hit from the front, they just dig straight into him. And has his eyes closed, as you can see the amount of times that he's had to undo this and reapply this over and over again. And I think he gets to a point of just shoulders off, back and front are off, but still down the arms are still there, as he's catching his breath and trying to find a rhythm to his breathing.
She has
And
a both confused, intrigued, and oh dude, what look on her face. I think she opens her mouth. I think a couple times during this, she's opened her mouth to say something and just fucking nothing has come out. And when he pauses to catch his breath, she finally sort of hunches down to look at him, to look him in the eye. Even though his eyes are closed. I mean, she
Yeah,
wouldn't-
it's
once she hunches down, she's like, oh, his eyes are closed, but she would stay that way. Why? And I think she would reach over to one of the surgeon's kits and she would get bandages or whatever, gauze, whatever's in this. And she would start cleaning up the blood off of his chest.
What we saw from Feeble towards Will, of that pain and that anger, and he would like to call the monster inside of him. This is how I put the collar on mine.
I think her breath kind of,
I can't have too much of a good thing.
I shall repeat my question. Why?
Damien kind of looks down, confused, like, did what I say not answer the question? Just... Why do I do this? Or why do I
Can you not
feel
have
the way?
something good?
What?
What makes you believe that? Atrocities you've committed. Sins. I've never seen it like this, mostly. I've seen sinners flog themselves, but never this.
Damien, his eyes still looking kind of in the same spot of like where he was facing. Leans his head up to look Farah in the eye. Saint, I think you might have a misunderstanding. This isn't punishment. This is my reward.
You like the pain.
I love it.
She gets a toothy grin on her face, like, okay, you fucking freak!
This tends to be, not something I wish to put my squires through. And I have done it for so long before the accompaniment of a squire that I feel much better on my own to take care of a matter like this. But this being something I wish to do by myself. I also don't think Feeble would
He's
be
not ready.
able to. I don't think he could understand. Not yet.
Perhaps not ever.
And his head will just nod slightly. I do usually have a lot more of a preparation time, but
You did say there was an oversight.
changing into the clothes for the ball, I'm used to being able to wearing my armor in most cases, and I have a bit more notice for something like this. A lot of things happened very fast, and I didn't quite think about how to handle this. So I'm going to need your help with making the process go a little faster.
You need me to cauterize the nail wounds.
And he's just gonna close his eyes again and nod.
I can do that. She takes her right hand and she undoes the... Actually, I don't know if it would even have clasps. I don't know how it stays on, but it does. She undoes whatever mechanism keeps these little gauntlet thingies on. Honestly, no, because they do kind of... Whatever. And she takes the ones on her right hand off. And she starts... You notice the... You've probably only ever noticed her hands in battle, and when in battle, underneath the gauntlets, you can see her hands are glowing red hot. Right now they're not. They just look like the rest of her skin. And she starts breathing. She starts not uncontrolled, but very heavy, meditative breathing. And the more she does so, the hotter and hotter and hotter her fingertips get. Same thing happens to the tips of her ears. Once they are as hot as she feels they can go, she will reach up to his shoulder. And how big are these? Are these, I mean, is she like sticking her fucking finger in there, or is she just
I mean, it's like,
normal nail size?
yeah, I think like the pad of your finger could probably like cover the hole.
Yeah. She does that then. And just very lightly at first, and then remembers, oh wait, no, this guy's a freak, and she pushes.
Yep. After, like, the gentleness of like feeling it, and then like the pressure of it, I think it's like shoulders relax, head goes back. Just like, oh, there it is.
She would do that. How far apart are they?
Oh, so I'm thinking it's like this like, okay. Probably like, yeah, that this far apart from each
Yeah.
other. So it's like each of the nails are like basically right next to each other. So I'm still thinking they have like the head of the nail, and then
So
like
the width
the heads
of
of
the
the
head of the nail.
yeah, each like
the
head
top,
is like
okay.
touching next to each other. So it's like
She
from
does
there in the
5 at a
middle.
time then.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Each a finger on each one of them, just pressing.
Yeah, working smart. Oh.
And she would do that until she has done all of them.
After the hand releases, there's the like kind of slump forward of just kind of the exhaustion of kind of the shock of like all the pain happening,
Mhm.
but just him like no longer kind of having the his armor to kind of like hold him back up.
Mhm.
I think his head's going to like just keep going down until it like either bonks onto Farah's shoulder or like onto her head, or just is just going to, he's just like kind of falling forward.
I think it would probably, with the way she's leaning, probably bonk onto her shoulder.
And then I think you'll kind of feel like he wants to move it, but it's just like all energy is taken out of him. I thank you, Saint.
And she grabs his head, puts it on her other shoulder, undoes the gauntlet thing on her left hand, and does it all over again on his left shoulder. Right, or whatever the fuck direction this is.
And then,
Yeah, okay, his right shoulder.
yeah. I think besides that, there would be, I think... Okay, Rat, help me out here on placement of the straps for armor.
So, realistically, armor is strapping to a gambeson underneath, like being tied to and stuff. But for the case of it, you would want to go in spots that don't restrict a lot of movement. So definitely like kind of closer to the clavicle. If you're using just straps along the side, kind of where you bend in, just a little bit above that, so it doesn't restrict as much. And the legs probably
So,
like
like-
on the thigh, and like the
So, like clavicle,
so like
ribs.
so like up
Like
in
lower ribs.
here,
Yeah,
like your
I'm
lower
thinking
ribs,
it's like-
your thighs.
He still has...
You're pretty much trying not to put it in the joints. So anywhere that
Yeah.
moves, you're kind of not trying to get it in there. So just imagine anywhere that doesn't really have a joint for movement. That's why I like higher
Okay.
up on the ribs to kind of, because you still need to lean, but it doesn't cut it.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
the waist, but the
Mhm.
ribs.
Okay. Yeah, so all of the straps of like armor that he's taking off have something of similar. I think more of like around the arms. It's more of just like the bottom of it is like extremely grit like based, so it's just constant like friction across his arms. So it's not so much like actual holes or like nails or anything in the arm, because he's like, I don't have enough.
There's not enough arm there.
There's not enough arm there to do that. So yeah, I think around the arm or like the forearm, and then he's just undoing all of the clasps. Well, I wouldn't say at once. I think he has like some of the ones like on his arms. I think he's keeping still tight because he's like, I don't want to lose too much blood and just pass out here right now. But I think he just keeps his head on the shoulder, and from there is like with the other arm going to undo the clasp of like the next part of his armor that he needs to do until the full just whole upper part of him is fully taken off. And I think this will be the first time you've definitely seen Damien with like you haven't seen anything from like neck below, even like maybe to like his fingertips basically. But besides that, it's nothing. And you can just see a very hefty amount of like tattoos all surrounding his body in all kinds of different shapes and patterns. and there seems to be kind of like a tattoo pattern going along where all of the like straps usually are,
Mm-hmm.
as kind of like for him a guide of where each of these, the placement needs to be for each of the harmful utensils he's using. You know, so so it's just like you see this whole intricacy of this method he's been using on himself, where it is very methodical in the way that it's applied, rather than just for the penance of doing the act.
I think as she's cauterizing any of the deep wounds, obviously she wouldn't have to cauterize the like around the wrist or anything. I mean, that's that's deep. The deep wounds, like on his.
That's a damp rag right there.
Yeah. Did a band-aid. Like on his ribs.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you know what? It's horny as shit, but she doesn't lift her fingers to move them to a different spot. So like the ones on his shoulder, she doesn't lift her fingers off and then put them on his ribs. She drags them down.
He, oh god, loves that. Absolutely loves that. God. What a freak.
This is worse than them having sex, dude. This is worse.
This is sex for them. What do you mean? They're freaks.
You said something about this is your collar. How you keep it chained. What happens if you don't?
The interaction we had with the insubordinate is a beginning sign of the direction I may go. Because I don't just thirst for the pain of myself.
Thirst for the pain of others.
And he's, I think, just kind of goes quiet after that.
You can feel her nod.
In little bits, I distribute the pain to keep myself aware, to keep myself locked down to a position where if I go to a state of that,
It'll
I
be
won't
easy
be
enough to kill you.
and you'll feel the kind of the nod on your shoulder.
Right, I sent you a DM, by the way.
My man's just in the vaulted roof, holding himself there, watching the whole
God,
thing.
if he wants to, that would be so fucking funny.
I'd be fine with that.
I'd be fine with that.
We have about an
If
hour left.
Will wants to do a little spying.
Get on.
I think she would just continue this. Just continue at some point.
It's just bare shoulder, right? Like you're not wearing like a cloak or anything like that.
No, it's her bare shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, you'll definitely be feeling like the tears kind of coming down, like down your
By
shoulder.
the way, if I may say this, if he has his forehead resting on her shoulder, he's
Yeah.
staring straight at her tits.
I think it's more of
That's if he opens his eyes, that's the
Yeah.
line of sight.
okay. You know what? Okay.
I feel like after she makes that connection in her head of, oh, it'll be easier to take him down. That's why he does it. The hand that she's not using to cauterize is resting on the back of his neck.
I think you can probably feel like the goosebumps of the back of his neck of just like all the hair is
It's
and then
still hot,
immediately
by the way.
getting singed.
Yes, it's still hot.
I think he's just after that is still just having his eyes closed, just enduring the whole, not enduring, he loves it, going through the whole process of you cauterizing.
I think she would do all of that.
And I think after like all of it, he's going to like kind of run his hands over like all of the wounds, and like at a point it feels kind of like looks kind of routine in the way that he's like rubbing his hands down
He's
each
checking
of
him.
these, yeah. And I think we'll just lift his head and try and like lift his whole like body back up to a upright stance, but you can tell that it's like it's very heavy for
Mhm.
him to try and pull himself back up. And I think he'll open his eyes and meet your
Breasts.
gaze. Buh.
Oh. Googly.
Damien,
She's not gonna say anything. She's just looking up
yeah,
at him.
goes to like go to say something, and then like stops, and like it's like 2 or 3 times he's doing this, and just face becomes a little bit more relaxed and just kind of holds eye contact for a little bit.
I think she sits there and she has the usual. She's always doing something with her jaw. She's always kind of grinding her teeth, or she's doing something with it. And she has one eyebrow cocked, you know, the Cersei look.
Yeah.
And they hold eye contact and they sit there in complete silence for who fucking knows how long. As they do that, her face drops. She stops, it goes completely blank, opens her mouth to say something and then doesn't.
Seeing that she goes to say something, Damien kind of comes to from just like, this is one of the most genuine connections of just like talking to somebody or seeing somebody of like, even through all of this, they're not like looking at me funny. And that's like, that's very flattering to him of just something he really hasn't experienced. But then as the face drops, I think Damien will thank you.
Yes, Knight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is that all you needed? Swallows hard.
as we're like looking at the floor, and there's just all these like bloody bandages and just it's just a mess. Just yeah, yes. That's all that I required from you.
I think she stands up. She doesn't put her gauntlets back on. She's just holding them.
I think he'll keep kind of eye contact as she gets up. He's still sitting there on the floor in that area.
You know, in period dramas, how they're always doing some shit with their neck. You know what I'm talking about? They strain their neck. They talk with their fucking neck.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? That. She does that.
She does that. Okay.
She does that. How will you inflict pain with the costume or outfit for the ball?
Now that was not an oversight on my. I have a plan for that.
You have a method. Good.
One that I think you may approve of. Well, yeah. And is like goes to correct himself and then just no, yeah.
She gives a quick nod.
What are your two's passive perceptions?
12, I think. Yeah, 12.
Oh, passive perception. 11.
Okay.
Nothing.
No, you
Wonderful.
guys keep ERPing.
No.
No, she was just sticking her fingers in my holes.
No. She's just making me feel tingly. I mean,
Fuck, dude. There's no way to explain this one.
Actually, did they ever get to the ones on his thighs?
No, we're skipping
Or
over
are
those
we-
ones. We're skipping over.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say that's
we got an
that's
hour
fucking
left.
exciting.
We're skipping
I was
over
gonna
the-
say
the-
I was
the
gonna say
thigh
the
holes.
good thing is it just he keeps it to just the like upper body.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say no, not because I want to extend the scene, but I'm saying that
Oh, we
if,
could. Sorry.
if they got to the ones on his thighs, she's grabbing his dick. Like she's not.
Gang, gang.
I can just think of like all I can think about is like Homer grabbing Bart, just why just double squeezing as hard as possible. I don't know.
No.
No, I just got a mental image.
Good. hope you're all sorted.
I can. Yeah. Yes. I can take care of things from here. And
She nods. Yeah,
same.
yeah. What? No, you go ahead.
It's. I appreciate this a lot.
Little itty bitty smile. Whenever you need it of me. Damien.
I think in hearing that, there's like a look of just like almost like helplessness. And then like you can see the kind of the tears beginning to well up again.
Is that all you needed of me?
He'll just nod.
Dismissed. And she turns. She like she turns a little bit, stops, no, turns, walks out.
You go, if you're still going to the bath, you show up to the bath and it's just cold.
I mean,
It's
it
just-
was.
like not like a normal amount of cold, but it's freezing. Just like it's
I
like
forgot
this,
about the
like,
bath.
copper tub.
Oh, she did too. The fuck? No, she does. She shows up to. She goes back to her room and she sets down her gauntlets and everything she doesn't need to have on, her headpiece, and then she goes to the bath and it boils when she gets in.
I figured that was gonna be the case.
It boils when she gets in.
Okay. It's getting later in the day. It's getting close to about nighttime. Everyone's doing their own things. Will.
I do just want to say, before the night falls, when Will walked into his room, he shuts the door kind of gently. He does a stupid little bow and then goes, "The honor's all mine."
Your head comes clean off. No. Also, the music changing to crickets whenever I said, like, oh, it's getting dark. I could have timed that any fucking better. if I
Primo,
played
primo,
back.
primo.
Mint.
I thought you did that.
No, that
Oh!
was it auto
Hell
skipping as the song ended. But Will, you've taken off your clothes, you've gotten comfortable, and you've settled into bed. It's nice to be home. You're not home, but you're home. And you sit there in your bed and you slowly drift off to sleep. And you smell the stench of almost rotting bile. There's a taste in your mouth even of it. And you look around and you're in this shack with this creature is sitting in a corner. You see it gnawing on something. And then it turns and looks at you, and you see its eyes are just gleaming in the dark. You can see the eyes kind of cocked to one side. And it stares at you for a moment. Would you like to do anything?
Will, I think again you can kind of tell that he's in a dreamland. He's just gonna approach. He's just gonna walk up, like carefully, of course, but yeah, he does approach.
The creature kinda, you see it pull a bone from its mouth, and you see the skin of whatever it was dangling. Well, you're awfully brave, aren't you? You could be my next meal, half-elf. I don't know if I might pick that one up.
think upon hearing that, Will steps back slightly, sort of lowers his head to kind of hide his neck. Is that really what you make of me? Kind of testing it.
You are simply chattel to me. Nothing more than a pawn in my game. I'll be reborn from you, half-elf. I will become you. My voice will only grow. Louder, louder, louder! Until it's all you can hear.
Will steps forward, sort of feigning bravery. These attempts that you've made so far, however hard you think you've been trying, clearly you have not been trying hard enough.
The creature finally stands, and you can see it is taller than Damien by about 2 feet. Its arms reach down to its knees, long claws that are unkept. You see its legs are kind of bowed inwards, like a horse or something, and on the backside there's small protrusions. Its hair is long and tangled and matted and greasy, settling over its face. And it just looks at you for a second. I'm trying to remember Will's last name. Is it
Raylan.
Raylan. Okay, I want to make sure.
Obstute of you, Olivia Raylan. I have not been trying. I am weak still. But the more I sit, the more I rest in your head, the more I feed off you, the stronger I'll become. Till you are no more. You are a husk. You are a catalyst for me.
And it is kind of, as it's saying this, is getting closer and closer until it is face to face with you. You can see its long, snaggled teeth, sharpened. You can see bits of flesh stuck in them. The gums almost look rotted as it is talking to you.
Will stands as sternly as possible, matches its gaze. Deep, piercing gaze, like furrowed brows. And tell me this, beast. When you gain whatever it is that you're after, when you have control of my body, my life, anything, what do you think you'll accomplish after that? What stops you from having the same end that you met the moment we met?
Simple, Olivia. They will trust you in the Order, and I will slaughter them from the inside out.
Trust? You think they trust me? If that is really what you're after, then by the many gods of this realm, I am going to make it as hard as possible.
Kind of sits there and you see its teeth opens up and it snarls at you. I would snarl, but I don't think my mic will pick it up. And it has begun to now pace around you. Kind of, you can see it's keeping itself low to keep your gaze if you look.
I would like to see you try. If you die, I simply go to another. You are but a mere pawn in my game. You are not my final form, Olivia.
Yet at this moment, this very moment, you are caged. And I will keep you locked in here. No matter the struggle I will endure, I will keep you, and I will stop you.
Kind of sits there for a second, looking at you.
You will be alone forever. You will not see your family. You will not see your friends. You can go and hide, but when you die of age or illness, whatever may take you, I will rise from your bones. No matter what, I will rise and you will be in the ground, Willavia. Nothing you can do can get rid of me. I will haunt you.
Will laughs. Well, he doesn't laugh, but he scoffs. I am more than happy to play your game. I will wait as long as you will wait. And I will wait longer than that if I have to. I will take any means to keep you from getting out. Even if it means that I must curse this body so that I may never die. Even if it means I must send myself away to keep you from anybody. Even if it means. And he kind of pauses for a moment. The destruction of us both.
It is, as it's circling around you, it has started to walk back to its corner, where it grabs something and begins dragging it. And you can see a boot. And then as it drags it closer to you, you can see it is you. And there is part, like, from the shin down, like the knee down, a leg missing.
I will consume all of you, Willavia. It is only a matter of time. The stress you endure, you cannot hold me. You cannot cage me. The stress will break you down, like bars corroding on a cell.
I think Will, by this point, he steps back for a moment, but I think upon seeing his own corpse, looks at the creature again. You think I don't know anything about trickery? You think I don't understand how to play a game? And I think by this point he'd draw. Would he have his blades on him?
Did you have your blades on you whenever you went to bed?
After the day before, he would have slept with his blades.
And then yes, you will have your blades on you.
He draws them and points the blades, the tips of the blades, like angling towards its throat.
You do that, and it takes a step. Takes another step until your blade is pressing into its neck. And it steps again, pushing it into its throat. And gets close to you where the entirety of your dagger is through this thing's neck sticking out.
You are a fool. You know not of trickery. Your little cantrips that you cast, making people think they soiled themselves. That is nothing compared to my power.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is nothing. But so far, all I've seen of you is nothing but a beast who uses its claws to rip man apart. What is it that you can really do?
See, once again, with the knife in its throat, it grabs your arm, and it fits into the crease. Like, it doesn't even need to fully close its hand to encompass your arm, and it grabs it.
Release me, and you will find out.
Will, in this state, he's just going to continue to goad this creature into making a display. If I let you out, that means nothing. I see nothing. You prove naught. What I ask of you, what I demand of you, as I still have control. Show me.
You say that, and you see its right arm, like a flash of lightning. It puts its fingers together in a spear and jabs it into your stomach. And you can feel it. And then you feel it deteriorating. And you look down, and there are insects crawling out of this gaping wound. There is rot already spreading. The blood has become a black ichor. It is sludge.
I will rot you from the inside. You are nothing. You do not deserve what I can give.
And it pulls you out. Or it pulls your arm, the knife, the dagger out of its throat, holds you up, and then you see it take its other claw, and it goes for your head. And as it does, you can feel just as soon as it hits your lower jaw, you wake up.
Oh damn, I was gonna try something else before I woke up. Ugh. Man, what I was gonna try to do, just in that brief moment just before that final hit, I was gonna have Will look down, and then attempt to grab its face and copy that spell. But if he's already woken up, he's already woken up, hasn't he? So.
You die in the game, you die in real life.
Yeah, Will awakens.
What about getting hurt in the game?
And whether you're awake or you're asleep, all of you can hear this. Will wakes up and yells out, "Release me, beast."
I will say, unless people had anything to do in the night besides think, it would be about morning.
Yeah, if people's not doing anything.
So it'll be morning, the day of the ball.
Is this early in the morning that Will is screaming this?
Yeah, it's about 7.
I think there's gonna be about 5 seconds before you hear thudding running to your door, as in just a blanket wrapped around. I'm booking it down the hallway down to Will's room, and then just kind of try and burst through the door. Even if it's locked, I think he's gonna shoulder check the door to try and just bust his way open. If the door
locked, Will?
like he
Yeah, sure.
Make
Okay,
a strength
you're-
check for shoulder check
Okay.
this door to see if you can't bust it down.
strength or athletics?
Either or. Take your pick. Athletics probably for you. It would be athletics anyways.
First roll 13.
Okay.
Do I get a? Okay.
You hit this door, and this is a solid door of oak, and you hit it, and you can hear the cracking of either your shoulder or the door, and you can see that the hinge has kind of gone diagonal a little bit. Like this solid iron hinge has bent a tiny bit. You can hit it again. You can donkey kick
Yeah,
it if
yeah,
you want,
I'm
like
doing
a
it
racer,
again.
Just back up to the handle and do it. Do it
Also-
at advantage this time.
When Farah hears that, she wakes up and she lifts her head and she's like, "Oh, fucking ever!" And she lays back down with it. She's like, "Oh fuck, that one's mine, isn't it?"
Oh, that's my kid.
And then probably as you're hearing that, you're hearing the goosh.
Just
yeah, no, she
Yeah.
she walks out. She walks out of her room. She's
I got a
Eyes still,
21.
like- oh my god, eyes
You-
still like half closed. She hasn't done any of her makeup or anything. She's just wrapped in a blanket. Like what?
you
I like.
you come out the door, see Damien hit this door, back up for a second, and then just with one leg lifts it, kicks right at the handle, and the door just boom, just flies open. And inside you see Will, however he is positioned.
Upon
Naked, laid up with a rose in his mouth.
well, so he's got his bottoms on, but he's shirtless. But upon hearing the first bash, Will steals himself immediately. So the moment Damien enters, or like, what's going on? Will is sat very politely on the end of the bed, like nothing even happened.
And Damien's like standing at the doorway, just like you can see like a blanket like covering his head and like over his shoulders, kind of wrapped, as he's like looking around, seeing where like any form of trouble, just scanning the whole room for anything.
You can hear the pat 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 of Farah's bare feet on.
I will say also as well at this point, at the end of the hall, you see two of the mercenaries with their swords in a hand, and they swing the corner and get into ready stances.
Jesus Christ, we've got the whole mansion looking up here.
They see you, and they're still kind of like they're waiting to be dismissed. If you give them the order, they will charge in that room.
I'll make eye contact with Will and just Will, care to explain?
Will is gonna give you a look of like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, quote unquote, nothing happened.
I think there's just this like dead stare from Damien, like, you never yell like that again unless you're in real deep shit.
I think a hand reaches up onto Damien's shoulder. Have you never heard of a bad dream night?
I think Damien will like look for a second, like, okay.
Do you wave
Yeah,
off these guards
okay.
who are just like waiting?
I think like in hearing that, it like clicks to him, like, oh yeah, okay, every situation isn't dangerous, kind of deal. Like okay. Then I think I'll right as the hand goes on the shoulder, I feel like Damien is just kind of disarmed at that, of like, oh, okay, we don't got to worry about this anymore, and is just gonna take a step back and then try and grab the door and prop it back into place as West as he can.
Everything that's holy, just leave the door.
It's
I
still
don't
on
wanna
its
be
hinges,
rude.
and as you're going to close this door, the guards kind of look and then look to each other, then nod, and then walk back like they lower their stances. But as you shut this door, you shut it. It just opens again.
Damien's just gonna be standing there going. You weren't a big fan of privacy, right?
Could we please? So Will's gonna stand up. He's gonna try and move the door so slightly. Could it please just immediately fall back off the hinges?
Yeah, 100%. Like you touch it, and the door's been on this the whole time. It's just a lock that's broken. But as soon as Will touches it, it just like Looney Tunes just falls apart in multiple pieces. You see like some nails that were jostled out that were holding it. Like you've broken the fittings or the joints that it had, and so it just kind of like it's like a Lego sound whenever it drops. Just
Just the clatter. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Will's just gonna look down at the mess and I'm gonna get dressed.
As you
gonna
go to
pick
say
them up.
that, Damien and Farah, he goes
Just
to
looking
speak,
down at the door, man.
and you catch a bug crawl out of his mouth and into his hair.
I think it's a good 20 seconds of staring straight at Will and his eyes tracing the path of where that bug went.
I think
Did
they're
Will
just
notice that?
standing there
Did
and
Will
they,
feel that? Okay.
They
Yeah,
side eye each other. I think like nervous dogs. Damien and Farah are just like, you see that? You see that? Yeah. You see that?
Yeah, just the wide eye looking.
Yeah.
Is Feeble still asleep during all this?
Oh, no, Feeble's up at this point.
I think he'd probably come in when the door vanishes. When the door implodes.
I think he would have been up way before everyone else. It may
Would he
have been
walking the
downstairs.
grounds? Okay. Well,
Yeah, I think he
we'll
would
get
have
to you in a
offered to
little
help, Bill, offered to cook or something. I don't
bit. No,
know.
don't worry, we'll get to you in a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's not up there.
Yeah, Will's fake look of nothing's happening turns into a real look of nothing's happening because he has no idea what just happened.
Yeah. No, I'm serious this time.
You keeping that
I
for
thi-
next year, Will?
Oh, what? What do you mean?
What kind of bug was it?
A bug.
What, like a beetle? A roach? Was it a
Yeah,
spider?
more like a roach.
An indistinct cartoonish bug
Yeah.
crawls out of his mouth.
A indistinct bug that looked weird crawled out of him.
Whoa, that's a
bug.
huh? It's a bug.
Is that
Yeah, Will just looks confused.
some sort of elven delicacy or something?
You know, this whole time I really thought that you were more of a serious type. This is some kind of joke. I'd suggest making it funnier.
Can you run your hand through your hair real quick and tell us if you find anything?
He does. He runs his
Nothing.
hand through his hair. Nothing. Okay.
Nothing.
He just shrugs. He's like, okay, really, guys, this is you two are
You-
not supposed to be comedians.
You
You didn't feel. And she sort of like traces on her own face.
yeah, I think both of them are like.
Like you didn't feel. You didn't.
Yeah. Davian's like starting to look like. Really?
Am I
Like,
tweaking?
yeah. Huh?
I think by this point, Will he just shakes his head, turns around, and starts getting dressed.
I'll just full look to Farah. Just. I guess. And then just kind of turns and like looks down both both sides of the hallway to see if there's any of like the I don't know, anybody who's gathered to like see anything?
It was just the guards that came up.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna finish getting dressed.
She turns around and looks at him. And yes, very briefly looks him up and down. Alright.
and as you two head back to your rooms, we'll cut to Feeble, who is helping in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You're helping Marianne, and you hear Marianne get called by Lord Pyrrha again. She looks over you. Would you like to come? See who's here?
Oh, would there have been like a little apron that he would wear?
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be really
you could've grabbed
cute,
a
like a
little
little tiny
apron.
little apron.
He has a little chef hat on. He's
Yeah,
just...
a little chef hat. He maybe has like flour over his face. Like he's been
a white hand
put
of
to work.
Sauron just right on the
Yeah.
side.
And he's just like, yes, let me, and he just
Just sit down, honey.
wipes his hands on the apron.
You see her and she snaps, and the powder kind of poof off of
Oh.
you.
You need to tell me how you did that. Ma would love that. And then takes the apron off. And,
This guy looks at you like, what I just did was illegal where you're from. What are you talking about?
and yeah, he's like, yes, I would, I'd be happy to accompany you.
Right, son. You walk to the front door and you see Lord Pyrrha talking to someone on the steps. And kind of as Lord Pyrrha steps aside, you see an orc.
Oh.
A very elegant looking orc. Let me get his description up. You see a orc with his hair is braided back, and you see some like golden strings braided in with it, so it has like a nice gold look. Come down to his face, you see his tusks very proud and on display with these ornate caps with a chain kind of connecting them below his bottom lip. He is wearing very fine silk clothes that are deep cut and very free flowing. And he's standing very tall, very proud, and he's greeting Lord Pyrrha like a friend.
People will pause. They'll, this is his first time seeing an orc. So he's...
Starts getting incredibly racist.
Look,
Those guys in?
So, yeah, he just... I think he'll pause. I'm, like, as soon as he sees the orc, so I'm sure that she, like, continues to walk.
Yeah,
And
she
he's just
walks.
kind of pausing.
She walks out, and you see the orc looks at you, and then looks back at Lord Pyrrha and talks to him. Kind of cocks his head and nods.
The hand kind of goes to... I don't think he would have, like, a, Would he... No, he wouldn't have prepped his weapons. He wouldn't have anything on him, but his hand reflexively goes to his belt, as if he did have one there. And he's just staring at the orc, and, like, looking around, trying to get an idea on how everybody feels about this orc being here.
Everyone is greeting him like an old friend. And you see finally Marianne guides him in. People, I would like you to meet Lord Zudul. And you
How
can
tall is
see-
he? Is he taller than people?
He would be. He's about 7 foot.
Okay.
7 foot.
Makes
and
sense.
Change.
Okay.
And you see he's looking down at you. And he's just waiting for you to make the first move.
so much is playing on Feeble's face. And I don't even think he realizes that all manners that he would have had just are completely gone. I think he will cycle between disgust, anger, confusion, and I think he kind of lands on a bit of fear as he's just staring up at this orc. To Feeble, he doesn't see the, you know, the nice clothes, everything. All he sees is the green skin and his teeth and the sheer size of them. And I do think in that fear, he does have some sense of situational awareness, so he isn't going to just outright being rude to him verbally. So I think he's just going to stare at him. He's just going to, like, his breath's going to hitch as he looks up to him, and maybe will look down, trying to have somebody help him and maybe start the conversation, because he's just like, doesn't know what to do with himself.
You see he takes a deep breath in, like, what is wrong with this person? And he greets you in Orcish.
And
you don't
I have
know,
it. Yep.
because you weren't
Yep.
raised
He doesn't
Orcish,
know it.
you were raised human, so you have no recollection of Orcish. And he greets you in Orcish.
Yep.
You kind of stand there for a minute. Your face looks confused. Did you forget our mother tongue?
I speak common.
We can do conversation in common. That is fine. The name is Lord Zadul.
Oh my god, what does he do? There's so many avenues. I think he walks away. He walks away. He tried.
Boy!
He walks
Need a
away.
sign, boy. No tusks allowed.
I think the last thing that he would see before Feeble walked away was just confusion and fear.
Does
And Feeble would
show his teeth at all? Like in any of
No.
the facial expressions, does he show
No.
off the teeth? Okay.
Well, maybe in the points where, because I think that he would try and get some words in to be, you know, civil. They just don't come. So I think at some points his mouth would fall a bit more open, and he would notice that his teeth are, like, his tusks are shaved down. They're a little longer than people would like them, but they are
He
shaved down.
notices that you shave your tusks. Why? You should be proud of them.
Proud?
I see Jimpy doing a little jig in the background there.
So good.
Where do you hail?
Oh my god. Oh, I am. Oh my god. Oh, I can't. I don't want to do it. It hurts.
Do it, Jamie. Do it.
Oh!
You gotta.
I think it'll. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do it. It hurts me to say this. Oh my god! It's horrible. It's horrible. Oh, I thought playing Vest was hard. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Why? So your people could go back and ravage my fucking place?
He looks at you and his face kind of droops. And his eyebrow raises. My people come from across the water. They are not from here. Do you think that the orcs of the north are the only orcs?
I don't think of you.
Takes a deep breath in. Where do you hail? And you can see he's getting kind of more up and stern.
As he does, people will actually, he'll try and stand tall, but he goes in on himself. Orkin Maw. And his head is bowed as he says it.
You feel a hand get placed on your back, a large hand, and he kind of is correcting your posture. And he looks at you. It takes a minute, because I have to take a minute to think about how hard I want this to hurt.
Alright. By this point, could I have Will just kind of walk out from his room and watch from like an upstairs area?
Yeah, you would have to do a bit of walking, but if you've been hearing kind of the commotion of everyone, because we'll say this happened a little bit after the door incident. What if Will wants to come
What
watch?
incident?
Hey, your guys' door just randomly fell apart. You might want to fix that.
Ew.
He looks at
Faulty
you.
doors, dude.
Never be ashamed of where you come from. Even if you are half of me, half of an orc, there is still pride. The orcs were driven north. The orcs used to live on the plains, hunt close to your home. The Order of Light had driven them out of their homes, into the mountains, where the warring of food, the waning of food, has driven them to hunger, starvation, cannibalism in some tribes. They do what they do because it's necessary to live. They do what they do because that is now all they know. The orcs where I come from, we are proud, we are respected, we are not feared. We are not some rabid animal who has been driven back into a cage. We have fought for our independence, fought for our freedom to roam the land. We are proud. You should be proud to be an orc. Hearty, resilient. You are whatever you desire to be, but by the gods I hope it is an orc.
You say they did what they had to do. And you say that there was no other way. Then I'm right in thinking that they're beasts. And I would hate to be any more of you than I already am. Now please, get your hand off me.
Takes his hand away. I see the Order has taught you. I see that they have washed your brain. Did they tell you?
I
about-
didn't need that.
Go on, go on.
I like to imagine that people just try to cut him off. Just like, no, 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 no. Shut up.
Stop!
Don't tell me. Did they not tell you about the peace that the orcs tried to gain? The diplomatic emissaries that were cut down where they stood. Just because they were different. Just because they worshipped something else.
Peace is not what they brought to us. If you call that peace, then by the gods, I will stand by the order until my dying breath.
How old are you, boy?
I'm old enough to know what is right and wrong.
Sorry, I love watching Jimmy have to mute himself. He looks at you. Yet you are young enough to be foolish. You are young enough to not have learned about your own kind from them. I'm sure horrible things have happened because of parties. But you must know that they were not always like that. They were not always savage beasts that they are now. They were peaceful. They were herders on the steppes. The order pushed them to war, something that none of them wanted. But orcs fight if they need. Orcs do not back down. They do not shrivel up inside themselves.
So you think it was warranted what they did. To even admit that they did terrible things and you think it's alright. You should look at the faces of the people that they've pillaged. You're standing right in front of the mistake that was led from it.
He looks at you. You have not seen war then. You've not seen what a man does to another man when it is survival on the line.
Survival? You think what they did was a necessity, that they needed to do it to survive? My stops himself.
Look. He looks at you, and you see a glimpse of remorse across his face. I'm not saying they are not barbaric in their ways now, but just know, the orcs of old were not like that. The mountains are cold and harsh. Crops and livestock do not grow well. They can't forage. They eat tree bark and pine nuts. That is not enough to sustain a tribe. They try and pillage the dwarves and the Goliaths. They fail. They get driven back. But you know where they do not get driven back for these hunts for food and grain. In Kurzar, where the Order seem to abandon the North from what I have been told.
It's people will finally look back up to him. I think the Order has been too kind on them. Let them rot.
See him shake his head. Takes a deep breath and exhales. It is a shame you do not want to help your kind. Peace could have been made. Peace can be made. You simply give them back what is theirs.
They've already taken enough.
He kind of sneers a little bit. know how far the orc lands went.
People doesn't acknowledge it.
The orc
Slowly shakes his
land
head.
went almost to Kurzar itself. They lived on the steppes. They were nomadic. But the Order wanted to take everything from them. Now all they have left is death. If I cannot get through to you, so be it. But you should learn about your people. Embrace their ways. They are good. Perhaps we'll send you on a boat to my home. You can see how orcs live there. Through war, yes, but also through peace.
People will look up, if I began to live the way of them, I'd want to be killed on the spot.
You do not wish to be free. You do not wish to ride the plains wherever you see fit. Tending to your herds. Helping your tribe live. I told you once they were peaceful. The Order drove them to war, boy.
It doesn't matter what they were, it's what they are. It's what they've done.
He shakes his head.
I have my people. I have my home and my family. I do not need this so-called tribe. I do not need to be out. I have what I need. No thanks to your people.
You say that again, and he kind of snarls at you, showing his tusks even more than they already are protruding. They are people. Sure, I may be from a different continent, but I know their struggles, and I know what you say you believe in, but it is not true. Marianne, you need to get a better hold on your new apprentice. Marianne looks at him. He was just helping me cook. He's part of the envoys of the Order Sun. He looks back to her. If he's one of the envoys, then maybe we will not do business after all. And he kind of steps past you. Further into the mansion. Marianne kind of looks at you like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck, Richard?
Feeble, after that, I think we'll, kind of put his hand over his heart. If she looks, he's shaking violently.
She puts
And,
a hand on his shoulder, just like a, hey, I know that was a lot, but...
Sorry you had to see that. Is it alright if I, any motions towards upstairs?
Of course, and... he is not like that with everyone. He, like he said, was born on the continent west of here, where for 200 years, orcs were enslaved, used as fodder in projects, and his people rose. They rose up against their oppressors and gained themselves a freedom that he wishes all orcs can have. I hope you understand what it's like to be treated down upon. Nothing more than dirt beneath people's shoes.
People will, give a, sad little smile down to her. That's all I am. Now, I'm sorry I couldn't help with your food anymore. And he does a quick little bow. and he heads upstairs.
Uh,
Would he pass Will?
I think he would, unless Will Scooby Doo runs his ass out of there.
No, he passes Will, and Will's just stood there in shock, open mouthed, and as Feeble passes him, he's just got this expression of like, dude, like how can you biff it that bad?
Feeble will kind of have a look on his face of like, you'll never understand, and then not really, he won't say anything to him, and he'll just keep going up the stairs.
Now, do we want to get to the masquerade part tonight, or are we gonna save that for tomorrow? Because
No,
it is.
I was-
Yeah, we gotta
say-
save it.
We
I
gotta
say we
save it.
say that.
Okay,
Mhm.
but we're here now, guys. We're here.
Yay,
We're
we're
here.
here!
Oh,
Finally.
that is where we
Our
will end
race
off
is a
for
little
today.
funny.
So it'll be roughly, we'll say 12. So the party would start in about 6 and or 7. At 6 and or 7.
Bro, I think next time you're just gonna have to start it out the party. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I will. I think I
I think
will
so
just
too.
start it
I think
at the
that's
party.
good.
Because every time I
I
do,
mean, what we were gonna do.
well,
We're gonna find something.
you
Yeah,
guys are
every
not gonna
time
be
you
in the
don't,
party. You guys are just gonna be
we're
in the
gonna-
kitchen,
we're
just
gonna
eating all the
ERP.
food and role playing in there.
I was about to say we had to factor in the ERP during this session,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah, we
definitely
did.
it took us some time.
Oh God, great from everyone.
It was
though.
just a little triage.
a little triage.
She was just sticking her fingers in my holes. Like,
Oh, it felt so good.
I like to imagine that as like Will's trying to sleep, he just hears a, oh.
You're
Yeah.
moaning from next room.
Yeah.
Yo.
Alright, I'm gonna